This is SpiceFM. I'm with three phenomenal women. I already had the Nairobi Women Representative, the Honorable Esther Passaris, talking to us live from Johannesburg on what International Women's Day means to her. This year's theme, of course, is digital. Yeah, innovation and technology for gender equality. Joining me is the country manager for Visa, Eva Gigi Sarwari, head of marketing, Google Kenya, Shikamuga, who was born in Kitale. We're going to be unpacking that because I was like not believing it at all. Kitale. No, but seriously. We also have monitoring and evaluation, UN Women Kenya, Pia Verlander, whose 8-year-old is in the... Yeah, I see you. Yeah, there's something happening at her school today. She needs to go. Masa. So let me not take up too much time. Give me some statistics. Then we're going to go to Eva. And you're going to tell us what is happening, of course, at Visa. But give me some statistics, Pia, of where exactly we are as women in this country.
Thank you so much. So talking about the Kenya Democratic and Health Survey, there's some data about the access to the digital space in Kenya from 2019. So women are less likely to have a mobile phone compared to men, also less likely to have access to the internet, and less likely to use a computer. Very, very depressing. And then when it comes to the smartphone ownership in Kenya, it stands at 48% of men and only 34% of women have an access to the smartphone or own a mobile phone. When it comes to advanced digital services, 54% of men and 35% of women have that. Another depressing fact. According to Kenya Universities and Colleges Central Placement Services, out of the 66,600 students, roughly, that are admitted to STEM courses, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, only 36.6% are female. Mm-hmm. So women lag behind, very unfortunately, in Kenya.
You know that 70% of my audience to sometimes 80% of my audience are male? You know what that means? People are like, oh, what do you mean? That is a fantastic statistic, but also a terrible statistic. It's a fantastic statistic because it means that what we discuss on Double O Direct is pertinent and relevant cross-gender, right? And it's informative and it's educational and it's uplifting, irrespective of the fact that you're a man and a woman or a woman. I tell people, yes, I am a woman. I play music by women. I'm dressed by women. I only host women, right? But the content is cross-gender. Right now, we're talking about International Women's Day, which is a very specific topic. But if it was about cyber technology, if it was about health, if it was about law, if it was about financial services, if about, climate change, these are all issues that affect both genders, right? It's just a woman's voice that's relaying that information. So thank you so much. And one of the reasons why that is because of exactly what Pia has said. Men have more time, men have more tech, we are streaming, and we look fantastic, right, as we're doing all of this. So they have the ability to sit back and watch Double O Direct and listen to Double O Direct. The women will catch it later when we upload it onto our social media digital platforms because they got no time. When they have that me time, that's when they go on. Give me some information, Shika, regarding technology and some of the innovations and the use of it in bridging the gender gap from a Google perspective.
So following what Pia shared, it's true that women are 13% less likely to own a smartphone. If I speak about the context of Africa alone, the mobile phone is a ubiquitous method to connect to the internet. And despite this huge gap, female entrepreneurs across the continent are trying really hard to access funding, to create startups, to even just create small SMB businesses. We have a program that we ran last year called the Hustle Academy. It was launched in March 2022. Now, when I talk about SMB, and the reason why I bring this in with women is because small business is big business in Africa. You'll be surprised that this contributes to 54% of the GDP. Okay? Women SMBs are 34% less likely to make a profit in the first year of operating. Women also are more likely to fall off the business bandwagon simply because it's just difficult and they're doing everything. So what we've done is we've come up with a program called the Hustle Academy. In this, it's a boot camp, and it's a 5-day long boot camp. It's a training format We've hosted about 18 cohorts last year, and we've had about 49% women as part of that. The results are encouraging and promising. We've seen a total of about 74% of those women feel like they're able to benefit from this program. And I think what's really exciting is that as part of the program, the training provided is technical skills, marketing skills, but also how to access funding. And many of these women have been able to actually prepare a pitch deck, go out there and get the funding.
How do you register, or how are you eligible to be part of the Academy?
So we've got multiple programs within the startup ecosystem. The best way would be to Google Africa blog,
Google it.
and you will find all of the links as part of the different programs that we run for the startup ecosystems, for the SMB ecosystem as well, and a couple of other basic digital skill programs that we host.
Is there a cost implication?
Absolutely not. These are completely free. As part of our startup ecosystem, it's a highly competitive process because it's equity-free funding, but definitely worth it.
Is it virtual or physical attendance?
It depends. We've got a mix. Post-COVID, we've had virtual cohorts as well.
Yes.
This month, we're hosting 7 only women-led startup cohorts across Kenya, South Africa, and Nigeria. So it's a mix, and we figure out what's the best way for these different entrepreneurs, for the different SMBs as well, to suit.
Were there like
their...
some Google ads that sent up? Because I didn't come across this at all. I don't know. Did any of you other women know about this? Like Pia, Eva, did you know that this was happening with Google?
I knew about the Hustle Academy.
No, but I don't trust you. You're probably on there all... Just kidding.
I'm learning as I'm listening.
So did you put out Google ads? Were there
Yes,
like ads?
we did. Yes, we did. We did a campaign across the 3 markets that we were running the Hustle Academy for. And we are coming back with a revamped series for
They're going
this
to be
year.
ads on
And so
on
there will
Spice
be
FM.
more.
They're going to be ads on Spice FM because clearly that's how I get all my info.
Take me up on that one.
Fantastic. I definitely will. So, wow, this Academy is fantastic. We're going to come back to some of the other programs you have, including the one that you have internally. What about you, Eva? What do you have to say with regards to visa and bridging that gender gap?
So I would say our program is 3-pronged. Yeah, so starting off with providing affordable and secure technology, because access is really it. When you look at how the gap on financial inclusion, well, across the divide has progressed. The main reason was access. Yeah, so we have to, and that's been very deliberate for us to ensure that we're making available technologies that are accessible and affordable and secure. So when I'm talking about QR for merchants, when I'm talking about acceptance moving away from an expensive point of sale device to an affordable smart mobile phone, which we're still trying to bring that down to under $50, and this is progress from $5,000, right? So that's number one. Number two is working with governments and regulators to ensure that the policies that are available are policies that are progressive. Yeah, progressive to allow for access of digital payments. And why this is important, when you look at the challenges that lead to, and this is also across the divide, why do SMEs, continue to struggle? It's access to finance, it's access to new customers, and it's, operational inefficiency. Access to finance is largely because there is no credit history. Yeah.
And you find that a lot with women, especially women who are entrepreneurs or trying to get into that entrepreneurial space. They just do not have a credit history.
Exactly. So working with government and regulators to make sure then that some of the reasons that are leading to that are addressed. So whether it comes to things like the KYC policies that financial institutions or lenders would be asking for to register a business, we're looking at how lending is done. Yeah, and this is where then the point on collaboration comes in, because yes, we are a payments company, but we are in partnership with financial institutions that offer the credit, and how we come in then is giving visibility for that credit to be offered. So it's very important that the end-to-end process is seamless and there are no barriers to it. So that's why, we want to be part of that. And then the last one is the social side of our business. So Visa is an ambidextrous organization which means that our corporate goals converge with our social goals, and that's where you will see programs like She's Next. So we had a very successful program that started off in South Africa, has slowly come into Kenya, and will be full-blown in Kenya after August. And what we've been doing in the time is just to try and understand what are the challenges that the women-owned businesses here in Kenya experience. Yeah, and it still goes back to the three that I pointed out. But most importantly is rolling out the program. So the program is one that allows to enable access to funding. So we've got a partnership with Global Fund that we can tap into for that fund. The second one is providing digital and financial literacy. Yeah, so and that goes hand in hand. So we've got an asset called Practical Business Skills that is made available then to the women-owned businesses. This goes all the way from writing a business plan to your digital marketing strategies to how do you prepare for a financing pitch, and it's an intuitive digital platform because if you look at some of the social programs that are run, sometimes reach is a problem.
Yes.
And that's because, it's a problem because it's costly. Mm-hmm. You need, boots on the ground to deliver it.
Yes.
And having it in a digital format then helps sort of bring down that barrier.
Yes.
And then partnerships with organizations that have the reach, then, compounds the success. So that's the approach. Make available that asset and, blend it into the third part of that program, which is then the networking availability or the networking capability that it makes available. So the way we see it is, because of that, convergence with the business that we already have, the network that we already have,
yes.
Build leverage, the partners that we've got to build that networking capability. So we'll deliver it in those three forms, and obviously through partners because we're a lean organization. Only
yes.
You pointed that
lean.
out. You pointed that out. So that's the approach.
Okay.
Yeah, and most importantly, not separating that from our business objectives, because for it to be successful, it has to sit,
and make financial sense.
Exactly. Well, yes, but it's very core to then we deliver it in the same way with the same enthusiasm that we deliver on our business strategy.
Wonderful.
Yeah.